I'm back, baby. Hey guys, it's Lizzie, and I have the most precarious tripod situation right now. Bouncing all over the place. But I am gonna try to give you a speedy life update because all of a sudden I'm back and it doesn't make any sense, and I'm just gonna share with you kind of what's going on. So basically, hey guys, it's Lizzie, and if you're new here, hey, I'm Lizzie. I'm 27 now. We've got a lot going on. It's been several years since we talked and several years since we had like a good life update. So I'm gonna try to speed run it because I do have Bible study in like 15 minutes. We'll have to leave in like 15 minutes. So let's try to talk about this literally as fast as possible. So basically, when I was uploading before, I moved to London for a semester and it was great. I don't think I really uploaded after I moved there though. So, okay, this is making me mad. I don't think I really uploaded after I moved there, but I had a great time. I lived there for a semester right in the heart of London, absolutely obsessed. I had a group that was not super nice to me, so it was kind of a difficult semester, but anytime that I was able to just be in London and in the culture, I had a great time. So then I came back and finished the year at Mississippi College. That was my sophomore year. The next year would have been my junior year, and I declared the major. I don't remember if I had declared my major before sophomore or junior year of elementary education, because they let you start at MC undecided. So that's how I went in, started in elementary education. I was miserable at Mississippi College. It's a really long story. If y'all care about why I left Mississippi College, just let me know. I'll make an update video on that, but that would make this video literally like 3 hours long. So I'm not going to go into super long details about anything. But I left MC after my junior year and I took a gap year. I moved to Dallas, Texas for a little while and trained with an organization that helped me be prepared to help plant a church. And I moved to South Africa for 6 months and kind of helped this church that was kind of being planted, kind of being like reestablished. Worked with them for 6 months. That was also an incredible experience, also a very difficult experience with the group that I went with, but all of the people that I met in South Africa, I loved so much. I loved the culture. I loved living in Cape Town, was incredible. That was a really great time. And I got to use a little bit of my education degree because I taught. Okay, I'm very quickly remembering why I stopped making YouTube videos. My iPhone storage was full already. I'm going to lose my mind. But also, I hate editing videos. That's still true, but we'll get to this later. I don't have a creative outlet right now, so I need something to do. But anyway, so lived in South Africa, taught ESL classes. Then I moved back to America and finished college at University of Alabama. I had essentially like 2 senior years because some classes didn't transfer and whatever. I also had changed my major, and so I had to take different classes than what I had already taken. So I ended up getting a degree in marketing, which I really, really enjoyed. Then went straight into a job that was horrible. For experience, for my mental health, for anything really. And then I went to a temporary job at a daycare. I know the director of the daycare, and she was like, yeah, we can hire you on temporarily, and then you can keep looking for a job if you need to, take part of the day off to go to an interview or whatever. Like, that's fine, that's up to you, whatever. I was like, sounds great. So I started working at this daycare, and I was terrified of kids. I did not want to be anywhere near a kid, but I also didn't want to go to this other job. So I took this daycare job, and I'm gonna get a better YouTube setup, guys. I'm going crazy, but my roommate is doing schoolwork downstairs right now, so I can't bother her. Let me see if maybe if I hold this, does that work a little bit better? A little bit less bouncy? We'll see. I don't think so. Okay. I literally was surprised how much I loved working with these kids. I loved it. I was working with 1-year-olds and they were so precious. They were my whole life. I was 25 and I was gonna turn 26 in October. So I had plans to finish out the whole school year and then over the summer start to look for a new job that had to do with marketing and that had benefits, all that. Because if you're not from America, 26, you're off your parents' insurance, so you have to get your own insurance. I actually just did my taxes today, and they like essentially like fine you. There's like penalties if you don't have insurance, so you have to get insurance. So basically, I ended up just absolutely loving this job. I went home for Christmas with full plans to go back in January when school started back up, and had a good winter break, just kind of resting up. I went to a New Year's party, which was at my friend's house in the neighborhood. It was just gonna be, I baked cookies for it. It was just gonna be some friends hanging out. We had card games, board games, Jackbox games. We had cookies and sparkling water. It was a super fun time. But it was not anything like crazy. Like I feel like I say New Year's parties and people are like, wow, and I'm like, to some degree that's true. We had so much fun, but there was no alcohol involved or anything. And I was leaving the party like at the same time as this guy, and we kind of say goodnight, and it had been sprinkling. In Alabama, most driveways, especially in that neighborhood, are like this aggregate concrete, which is like the pebbles, but like they don't move. You know what I'm saying? It's like concrete, but it also has the rocks, so it's very uneven. And basically every driveway is straight up and down. It's rough. Some of them are also curved, and it's impossible. This particular driveway has like gouges all through the street because like you end up bottoming out your car trying to get out of the driveway. So I parked in the street and I was walking down the driveway, and I don't even know how I slipped and fell, but I did. I hit my head on the concrete, blacked out. Immediately I was like, I broke my ankle. Well, actually I heard a voice say, you broke your ankle, but there was no one around. Came to just as this guy was realizing that I'd fallen, because he was already at his car. And he got out and he was like, he came over and checked on me. He went and got like the owners of the house, who were like adultier adults, to come out and help us. The girl whose party it was, actually, she works in the medical field. So she's not a nurse, but she's seen injuries. And so yeah, she was like, your ankle's very swollen. So if it is not actually broken, it is very sprained. So I ended up calling my parents. They came and picked me up. I asked for both of them to come so that one could take my car home. We ended up getting back to the house, and I was telling my mom, I was riding with my mom, I was like, I have to go to the hospital. My parents went and grabbed, their wallets, a book to read in the waiting room, whatever, came back, got in the car, and started driving me to the ER. And on the way there, we were hit by a drunk driver. All three of us had very serious injuries and could not walk for a while. I couldn't walk for 7 months. I had to learn to walk again. My mom was even longer. It was a very difficult time. We had to move into an apartment on top of paying for the mortgage on our house, because we were still like owning the house. It's just we couldn't live there because it was not wheelchair accessible by any means. There's stairs to get in every single door of the house. And then on that main floor, there was no shower, there was no anything. So even if we could get in and just never leave, which is impossible because when you've been hit by a drunk driver, there's thousands of doctor's appointments. But even if that was the case, there was no getting like a shower or a bed or anything like that. So we ended up getting an apartment, which thankfully our church was so amazing during this time and really, really helped us. We got dinner and most days lunch provided every single night for 2 months. until my dad could kind of walk around more and start providing for us. My sister-in-law stayed in a room with me because like I couldn't even go to the bathroom by myself. I was in a wheelchair for a long time, a walker for a little while, and then finally crutches, finally like one crutch, and then down to just the boot, and then finally walking again. So it took a really, really long time, lots of physical therapy, and yeah, I think that's pretty much all you need to know. We're still in court proceedings for that, so I don't want to go too crazy into detail, but basically that was one of the major life updates that kind of, I would say like shifted my life quite a bit, kind of gave me a different perspective, kind of changed the trajectory I was on. And since 1-year-olds could walk better than me, it wasn't like I was a good person to be in charge of them. I also had a concussion. I don't know if you knew this, but concussion symptoms can last for up to a year. So I had horrible memory and just could not concentrate. I had bad headaches for pretty much a year. And I now even have much worse of a memory than I did back then. I feel like we've pretty much recovered from that. All of our surgeries are finally done. For the most part, I'm recovered. My ankle still gets really, really stiff when it like rains and whatever, but we're moving on. Because I had lost my job because I got hit by a drunk driver, I ended up leaving that daycare and going to work in HR, which was great because my job was pretty much all at a desk. I ended up having to have a follow-up surgery while I was working, and I was able to just keep going into the office and keep working. Because it's HR, we could not work from home because there's so many like classified files and stuff that we can't just like take home. So I worked in HR. I really did not like that job at all. First of all, no creativity at all. You can't just like creatively type in someone's social security number and it not be a problem. So it was yikes. And then after that, I ended up getting a job. Well, so I left that job, ended up going back to the daycare for a little bit just to make ends meet. I was already 26 at that point, so I needed to get my own insurance. I needed it. So I paid for Cobra, went back to the daycare for like the summer. It was great. It's only a part-time program. I've been looking for a job for a long time. I ended up continuing into the school year because I still hadn't found a job, because everybody wants 27 years of experience the minute you graduate college, and that's just not a thing, especially when I went to college. COVID shut us down, so I didn't get an internship. Like I had nothing. So I ended up continuing to work at the daycare, started working with 2-year-olds. I was obsessed with them. I never would leave if I had insurance. I would be so happy there. And ended up finally getting a job in sales for a company. It was very, very scammy. It ended up being like, they were saying like, target minorities, find Black owned businesses and sell them because they'll just buy anything that you tell them about. That's disgusting. That's literally disgusting. And so they were telling us that kind of thing. You don't have to go. Oh, I'm about to have to leave. But yeah, so they were really, really gross. And I did not want to continue to work there. They kept trying to scam me as well. It was not an MLM, but it was really, really yucky. I ended up leaving that, and that's where we're at now. I think I left a week ago. Now here I am. I'm substitute teaching at that same daycare again. We're just here, but I don't have a ton going on right now. I have a couple interviews lined up for some really great jobs. Got several applications out. We'll see what happens, but I am just trying to figure things out. Like I said, I still hate editing YouTube videos, but I found a way to edit it on my phone. The app does not take up too much storage. I don't have to try to get it to my laptop and then try to work from there, which is how I used to do it, and it always exported wrong. It always corrupted files. I'd have to reshoot things, and then it would it slowed down my computer so bad, especially my freshman year of college. whew, that laptop would take 45 minutes to open a Word document. It was a blank Word document before class. I would have to wake up super early before class just to open Word, and then I would like literally walk to campus with my laptop open, waiting for it to open, walk into class, set it up, and it still might open by the time that the professor started talking. It was so bad. I feel like I just have better technology, better understanding of a lot of things. So hopefully this will go well. I plan on uploading. I'll have to see what kind of files I have for it. But I did have actually a music video. I ended up writing a song for a competition, a marketing competition for Mapco gas stations. I did not win the competition, but I ended up working with a music producer to like get the music actually like written and completed, because I only write lyrics. So I ended up working with him to actually get the full song prepared before the competition, which meant that I still have a full song, like a full real song. It was before I chopped off all my hair, so super long hair in the music video. But yeah, it was a really, really cool experience. So I'll have to see what I have. It was definitely shot vertically because it was for TikTok, but I might upload that here and just kind of see. I want to do more skits kind of situation. I love telling funny stories, so I'd love to do some like story times where like I see the humor in a situation and tell you. This video wasn't that funny, but we're rolling again. We've got plans. I still have my old costumes and wigs for Nellie and Susan. I don't know. I feel like it's probably time to retire both of those characters, but I think I could use those to create new characters and kind of have that kind of creative outlet, I guess. Now, I was going back and watching some of my old videos, and I was like, this is really bad. This did not age well. This is bad. I'm kind of starting a new season, we'll say, right? This is season 2 of Hey Guys. It's, well, really probably season 3. I feel like season 1 was high school. It was a lot of things that no one cares about. Season 2 was college, and it was a lot of like skits and fun stuff. I feel like that was when, I think that's when Vine died, and I had to move my characters over to YouTube. And so that's kind of when I did more of the Nerdy Nelly and Susan videos, because there wasn't another place to upload it. And so I was able to do more long form for that. So that's kind of season 2, and season 3 is whatever's about to happen. We'll see. I'm hoping it's really funny. I need funny in my life. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of get my comedy muscles working out again, because it is something that I haven't really been focusing on for a really long time. So I am ready to start using those muscles again, because I feel like once you start using it, it gets a little bit easier. Once you start looking for that kind of thing in situations, it gets a lot easier. But as for right now, haven't really done that in a little while. So definitely ready for that, and I'm gonna be late. Okay, bye.